is now being recorded, and we're ready to start with our bi-weekly update. And we'll move to questions and open mic after that. So why don't we start with Sam? Some of you might know Sam from the XMPP Standards Foundation, and he recently joined our team within Atlassian, and has been looking at a few things, specifically the live recording through Jibri.
It's a bit, yeah, been digging through Jibri and kind of learning the stack, trying to fix some race conditions and other little issues, make it a little bit more Pythonic, and see if we can improve its reliability and have it reconnect and all that sort of good stuff. So that will be my focus for a little bit.
So Sam's work is specifically will specifically help us to avoid the bug that we encountered in the beginning here, where I couldn't immediately start recording, and obviously that should include experience for everyone using Jibri. So George, would you like to go next?
Yeah. So in the past couple of weeks, we have been trying to tackle multiple things and issues. I can first remember that we did some Firefox debugging because very often calls between two Firefox participants or more, either one-to-one calls or multi-party calls with Firefox fail to, sometimes you don't have video for the remote participants. We've been trying to understand this problem. At first we thought it was a signaling issue on our end. We do some conversion from plan B to unified plan the wrong way, so we added code to observe the transformations that we make in order to pass from plan B to unified plan. It seems that everything is good. There doesn't seem to be an issue there. So it seems to be an issue with some issue with Firefox, with the WebRTC engine. We are in contact with them, so we're working with them to try to figure out what the problem is. At least we have this resulted in adding some unit tests in our code that does the conversion from plan B to unified and vice versa. So at least it improved the code quality, I guess. Then we also worked on some timestamp rewriting fixes. We were not taking into account the RTP timestamp round. How do you call it? The round? No. Round. When you initialize the RTP timestamp counting, when you exhaust the space and you go back to the beginning. So when we fixed that, we actually introduced a regression, which were causing constant scrambling of the videos. But we fixed that last week. Then we also debugged some issues with our infrastructure. More specifically, we were hitting some out-of-memory exceptions. Those were related with our code that handles the call stats, that reports stats to the call stats. Call stats authenticates every 2 hours over and over again, and when that happens, we reinitialize our own code. So we have a task.
Okay, and we're live streaming, so let's go back to. Yeah, I'm very sorry we have Wi-Fi problems here, and I keep being disconnected. I'm sorry about that, and it'll probably happen again, unfortunately. So let's try to get quickly with it. Do you want to add anything else, George?
Yeah, but yeah, just
maybe just quickly summarize everything. We're very just one
yeah.
sentence. We're live streaming, so let's go back to. Yeah, I'm very sorry we have Wi-Fi problems here, and I keep being disconnected. I'm sorry about that, and it'll probably happen again, unfortunately. So let's try to get quickly with it. Do you want to add anything else, George?
Um, yeah, but yeah, just
maybe just quickly summarize everything. We're very just one sentence.
We also work on simulcast performance evaluation. We since last time, as we told last time, we observed that the bridge efficiency as defined by the bandwidth to CPU ratio is increasing without simulcast, but it remains the same when we have simulcast, so it remains stable. We try to fix that by dropping packets early, so we don't decrypt them or we don't pass them to the transformers. No, we decrypt. We don't decrypt them and we don't pass. And we speed the transformer so that we gain some CPU cycles. Still, the situation is not as it is as we observe it without simulcast. Then we also debugged some issues with our infrastructure. We were getting some out of memory exceptions. We fixed that. Yeah, that's about it. Actually, yeah.
Had a few problems with Costats authentication as well.
Yeah,
that we fixed as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Jitsi, would you like to?
So, first thing, we fixed some issues with the reporting to the global error handlers, some errors. After that, we changed. So session initiate packets were processed differently than the other packets in the sense of set local set remove description. So now every set local set remove description is going to our sync queue, and the queue is not paused anymore at all. And actually rejecting and resolving some promises on adding, removing streams is kind of improved. We had some issues there before. Other than that, we fixed an issue with Jitsi on NWJS, actually with the library on the NWJS. There was a problem with removing streams. And we fixed an issue with the history with the Jitsi. I was partly involved in it, but actually I don't fix it. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's all. And I'm working on a Jibri test. But yeah, I'm not ready yet to it. So, but probably soon. Ready. So that's all.
Thank you.
Worked on the integration of WebRTC into React Native so that we can go and create a mobile app for Jitsi. Most notably during the 2 weeks, we added support for data channels as used by libjitsi, and currently the work continues. Pavel works on Android, so that because as with React Native, Android is lagging behind even in this third-party WebRTC integration. Otherwise, we're removing dependencies on HTML and libjitsi because we won't have that in React Native. That's still not finished. And that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, currently installing Meet and Video Bridge on latest level to LTS because Java 8 is the default. We installed without Nginx, and we're serving the web client from Video Bridge Jetties. This was broken for a while because of the server-side includes. I was working on implementing those server-side includes in Jetty, and this is now fixed.
And the Debian package is fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we're going to work on improving all the package building potentially this week. So potentially making test results public. Also adding a truly stable build line and downgrading everyone else by one, basically making them unstable in testing. We don't know whether we're going to be ready this week, but we're at least going to start this week. So Damien will be working on that too. Yana.
So I've been mainly spiking on React and trying to figure out how we're going to proceed with Jitsi Meet and React and the mobile version using React Native and looking into all the technologies that are related to React and React Native and choosing what we're going to use and just I'm going to continue on that the following weeks and trying to build a mobile app as a first step. So focusing on the React Native part, not on rewriting Jitsi Meet on React, but instead focusing on the web mobile, on the mobile.
Well, just to be clear, that basically means that we're starting a new version of Jitsi Meet with a mobile first focus, but it will also work on desktop. And the point would be to eventually replace this version of Meet with the React version of Meet. So we've done that twice in the past. Once when we switched to Browserify and once when we implemented the Jitsi Meet library. So this is our third rewrite. Hopefully we'll get this one right. And it would also give us mobile support out of the box. So we're pretty excited about it, but we expect that there will be some amount of pain as we grow and potentially stop supporting the current version of Meet and slowly switch to the new one. So brace yourselves. Aaron, would you?
Hi, everybody. In the last couple of weeks, we have been experimenting with launching Meet Jitsi as a multi-regional service. So the basic idea is that conferences that originate in a particular continent should hopefully stay on shards in that continent. However, if you're invited to a conference that originated on a different continent, you'll end up still being routed to those shards. So ideally, that means that people in Europe and people in Asia will be getting a better experience on Meet Jitsi. Otherwise, we've been working on improving our infrastructure and a couple of Jitsi improvements, mostly from Sam. I also integrated I basically added a bug and then eventually added a fix to it for this history issue that Christo was talking about as well when we integrated CDN support for me. So that's it for me, I think.
Thank you. Pavel?
Hi. So recently I've been working on filling gaps in WebRTC integration with React Native on Android. So there are a few issues like identifying streams by IDs. So we had to change to generate string identifiers instead of numbers. I added parsing of get user media constraints, and the last issue was about a crash when participant leaves the conference because media stream was removed. So I've been trying to build libjingle in debug mode, and it turned out that updating libjingle fixed the crash, so that is fixed as well. And yeah, that's it.
Lance?
Yeah, so for the past 2 weeks, I've been working on ORTC support, and we've got things signaled. The RTP senders and receivers are being created. Still having some issues getting the media to actually play back in Edge, though. So I'm going to continue with that. However, for this week, I'm switching over to helping out with the React effort. So that's current status there.
Thank you. Kostya?
Yeah. Hi everyone. So for past week, I was mainly working on transforming the bad errors that were received from create local tracks into normal error objects, which have lots of details what went wrong. Also, well, prettifying those messages and ensuring that all statistics goes correctly to call stats. Also, now we have error dialogues that will, well, notify user if, for example, he denied permission to use his camera or microphone or something else went wrong when requesting user media. And also, I was working on a integration tests for the follow me feature, though it's still in progress yet. And this week, I'm also going to concentrate on React efforts.
Thanks, Kostya. So, by the way, because I haven't seen them, the actual error dialogues, are those merged already?
Yes.
Okay. Kostya, there was a comment from someone on the GitHub tracker that was 677, ticket 677. Could you please answer that and tell the person that we already have it and potentially close the ticket if that's what they were looking for?
Yeah, okay. 667.
677.
677. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. So that pretty much concludes our status. Probably one worthwhile observation is that you're probably seeing that our team is growing, which is a great thing. We should be adding more and more things in the future. Although the whole reactification split might not make that very obvious right from the start. Open mic. Oh, one thing that I would like to mention as part of open mic is that Karthik will soon start torturing the CoStats library as part of the effort to move to React Native.
Okay.
Which means that we're going to start reporting issues running that library on React Native. Would you guys be able to have a look at them when we submit them?
Yeah, that will be great. Is the React Native integration is on GitHub so that I can have a local instance also?
Sure, yeah. I'm not sure that it would be so easy to test right now because I think it's disabled. Or is it?
Yeah, it will be just easier for the debugging, like if I have a local instance running.
It's a hassle to run the demo app right now, but I can like drop you an email or something.
Or we could just make it easier as part of the new app, so that he can actually just run it and. But yeah.
Yeah, that will be great.
Okay.
Karthik, since you're here, I have a PR for CoStats that I think.
Oh yeah, I saw that PR in the CoStats.java. We'll merge it soon.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Thanks for the PR.
Yeah, no problem.
This is still open mic. I'm sorry. So Jignesh, could you please state your issue here?
Yes. So hi. When we try to basically, we took the latest JVB and GCOFO, and whatever the command is specified on the GitHub, the Jitsi GitHub. So when we try to execute the JVB and then later the GCOFO, so we see some dependency error, the class not found error on the JVB side on the console log. So
which class is that?
The IQ util, some class is missing.
And you see that as part of the bridge? Did you guys modify something on the bridge?
No, we took the latest 744 JVB and GCO for 264, and then we compiled it and then executed it. So JVB comes up fine, but when we try to run the GCO for, so when it comes up, so it gives an error when it tried to discover the JVB.
So could you please, in your mail, make sure that you paste the complete exception, because right now it just says no class def found. It doesn't say which class this is talking about. Now, why you would have that issue is I'm not sure. Provided that you haven't changed anything, unless this is just a harmless error and you actually just have a configuration issue. Are you guys? So one thing that I would suggest is that you try on the clean Ubuntu box using the stock build from Debian. By just doing an apt-get install. You get that to work, and then you can compare the configuration with yours and see if that produces any meaningful differences. And if the issue persists after that, then please write back to the list.
Okay.
But yeah, I would start from a working installation and then comparing the two.
Okay, sure. Okay, thanks.
And still, make sure that the complete error.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Actually, the error, I think it's in another email.
Oh, so you already sent it?
Yeah. So there are 2 tickets where we have listed on the in one of the thread.
Oh, I was just looking at the link that he pasted in the conference. Oh, okay. There are 2 links. Okay.
No, the second one has more information. Either the second one. Oh, no, the first one actually.
And what does it say?
Yeah, that's.
So this class comes from GCOCO.
Yeah.
And if you're not running it from source, right? You're building distribution package, or?
Yeah, distribution package, right? Using Ambient.
Do you see any classes from this namespace in jar file if you extract it?
No.
Because this namespace org Jitsi XMPP, it comes from GCOCO, and maybe there is problem with packaging it for some reason.
So we are not compiling the GCOCO separately. We are just basically
yes.
JV and G.
Well,
so when we tried actually modifying the pom.xml, including the other version of GCOCO, so we don't see this error, but we get some other error. So that's where basically then later we haven't tried. So whatever the standard configuration of JVB GCOCO, with that we are getting this error that class not found.
If you run it with Maven, right?
Yeah, Maven. Yeah.
It could be that if you don't use different, maybe it's a Maven issue. Maybe you're pulling the wrong version of GCOCO. I mean, you have the POM file is correct, but we have had in the past issues with Maven. It was stuck on a specific version of GCOCO or a specific version of some other dependency, even though we had another version in the POM file. So maybe it's a Maven issue. You could try, for example, deleting your home/.2 directory, which is where Maven keeps all its dependencies. You could try that, for example. Also, another question: do you run the JVB and GCOCO on the same machine?
Yeah, on the same machine.
So Gcofo and JVB share the same Maven repository, right?
Yes, yes.
Well, that's another issue. That can cause problems. You might want to tell Maven to use different Maven repositories for the two projects, for Gcofo and JVB, because if you pull the dependencies of JVB, while you pull the dependencies of Gcofo, there might be some dependency hell over there. So you might want to specify Maven repositories, different Maven repositories for the two projects.
And
Okay.
George, you have a script that this or that.
Yeah.
Maybe we can include this with
Somewhere
in the repo somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, we will share that with you and reply on that mail thread.
Okay. Sure. That will be good. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
All right. So Lucy, you wanted to talk about issue 585, Bootstrap, which I assume is Bootstrap, yeah. And I'm actually Lucy, are you still here? Okay, so Lucy is not here, but I assume he was going to ask what's up with the Bootstrap support that we've been promising to look at for 25 years. So Yana is here, which means that I don't have to be a shame anymore. She can take all the, she will take all that right now.
The shame on me. So I haven't looked into it.
Do you think you can, how is it, what?
How is it going to work with?
Yes, that's what I'm not sure about. So I think so. Last time I looked, there were not many issues in there, so it was probably it's already done. I haven't looked into it. Probably all the books that we found were fixed already. What I'm not sure is we can very well merge this PR and have the Bootstrap support in there. So, but with the React plan for the web version, I'm not sure how this is going to.
Lucy, if you're back, are you back? You're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Who is you?
Sorry, I couldn't unmute myself last time, so I just reloaded. Yeah, it's already, I think, 2 months since I did this pull request, and I was wondering, yeah, what is the?
Did you hear what the question that we just had here?
No, I missed the first.
Basically,
half.
we apologize for not looking at it so far. And Yana was saying she assumes there aren't many. She hasn't been able to look at it, but she assumes that most of the issues are fixed. However, there is now a concern about how this is going to fit with the future React work. Do you have any experience with the combination of Bootstrap and React?
No, I hear this for the first time, and
yeah, because
I
we
don't know.
the React effort.
So there is I've been looking into it, and there is a Bootstrap version, the React Bootstrap version. So we can end up using this one, but it's this project is in early stage of development.
Well, actually,
and we are going to have
we're going to have a separate project for that, so we might as well. So, can you promise, Lucy, that you spend half a day looking at the
PR and merging
PR this week? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So, So we have an official promise recorded on YouTube from Yana that you will have a look at this week. Yeah, so.
Yeah. Okay, so React OS is some native library for mobile phones or something, is it?
It's actually more like a generic DOM creator and recreator that is not using direct HTML. So it's sort of orthogonal to using Bootstrap, but it means that we would only use Bootstrap support in the web version of things, not on the native side. So that
remains to be decided, but we are definitely going to have a different version of the user interface for mobile. Now, whether it is currently unclear whether we're going to need Bootstrap with React, because the main point of integrating it here was to make things work better on mobile, but we're going to have a specific components on React that are dedicated to mobile. So I think what we might end up doing is just looking at integrating the Bootstrap work for this version of Meet, and then we'll just evaluate on the go whether it makes sense to use anything like that for React Native. And actually, as soon as we start, I think we have that in our GitHub space already. So you can have a look at where we stand with the current, what's the name of the new React?
So I just created a project. We have
What's the name?
Jitsi Meet React.
Right. So
it's empty still.
Right. Lucy, in that Jitsi Meet React, we're going to be making progress on the new project, and it's going to be a while before we replace Meet with that new thing. At least a couple of months. But it's going to be hopefully sooner than that we actually make it a viable. I'm sorry, Boris distracted me. Before we make it a viable, so it's sooner than that we're going to have it running hopefully on mobile, and at that point you're welcome to have a look at it and help us determine whether Bootstrap can contribute anything there or not. But yeah, let's agree on that plan.
Thank you.
No, thank you, and
sorry.
Apologies for not acting
responding
sooner.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for the update.
And again, we should have this looked at this week. Anyone else? Okay. Yes.
I just had that one PR for George if he had any more comments on it. It's in the Jacoco project.
No.
Oh, I remember that one. That's the reconnections.
Yeah. No, it's good. I'm sorry. I will do that today. I will merge that today. I'm sorry, David.
Is it you're saying you'll merge it? Are you sure that it's ready for merge, or are you promising
to
look at it today?
It's quite good. So
okay. Yeah. So another promise on the recording.
Thanks a lot, George. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, David.
Okay, we should rename our weekly calling from the call to the guild call. And okay. So anyone else has any unreviewed PRs that we need to be guilted for, or any other open questions to discuss? In that case, thank you everyone for joining, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Bye-bye. Who was doing the recording? Was it Simon? David. You just need to press on the same button again, and you stop live streaming. Or that. But that we cannot control. So.
Control.
No. Everyone needs to leave.
David?
No, not everyone needs to leave. Just no one needs to be sending audio.
Probably control that.